Hi guys, and welcome back to another Coupon Friday. So guys, this week I have been working on getting content together to bring you guys a couponing one-on-one series, just based on my perspective and my experience with couponing. And it dawned on me that I have never truly shared with you guys in full detail how I got into the world of couponing and why. So today's video is going to be on just that. Now, if you are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the content that I share here. Now guys, in order for us to have the full picture as to how I got into couponing and why, we're going to have to travel down memory lane for a second there. Now, before we do that, just as a reminder, and for anyone that may be new here, we are a family of 6, well 7 when you include Lola the pug. It's my husband, myself. We have 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys. And for the last 4.5 years, I have owned and operated a home daycare for a living. So, going back in time here. So it was 2010, probably the early part of 2010. My youngest daughter, Madison, had just made 2. My husband had just finished up his certification in the QC field, quality control, that will allow him to work in the oil field and expect like the big oil rigs and the ports and all that stuff there. I was working at a credit union, so we were making pretty decent income. We were making pretty decent income at the time, but with the amount of debt that we had and the obligations that we had, it just didn't seem like it was enough, right? And so on. So anywho, if you guys remember also 2008 was when the economy took a really huge plummet, downfall or what have you. So once my husband did receive that certification, he didn't just get a job immediately. It was really hard for a very long time for him to get a job within that field. I want to say it was probably about a good 8.5, 9 months before he got his first job with that certification. But anywho, he was working at like a tip agency that put him in different type of warehouse positions. So he was still making pretty decent income on a weekly basis. And again, I was at the credit union. So, but however, as they say, we were living ghetto fabulous, if you will. We had 2 brand new vehicles, living in a very luxury type apartment complex. We had a 3-bedroom apartment, you know. We couldn't just have a 2, we had to have a 3-bedroom, right? So we were, we were living pretty ghetto fabulous, as my aunt would say. But anywho, it got to the point where we just kind of started talking about some things and realizing that, you know what, we want to have our own home, be able to purchase a home, so on and so forth. So we started looking into that, visiting different subdivisions, all the new developers that was in the area. We started visiting those and, trying to figure out exactly what we want to do. Buy a brand new home, buy a pre-owned home, or have something built, so on and so forth. So finally came upon this subdivision, and I have a testimony within that. That's going to be for another video. But finally came upon this one subdivision and came across this older gentleman named Jim. Mr. Jim, he was the, I guess like the property manager. They're not like real estate agents when you go to the model homes, but whatever they are, they're the ones that still sell you on the home, but they're not considered real estate agents. So it was him in this particular model home. We walked through it. I fell in love, so on and so forth. So he sat us down, talked us, through everything and said, this is this and all this other stuff. He got us with a lending company. They pulled the credit, went through everything. Income-wise, we were okay. We could have moved forward then, but the guy he wanted us to pay off things and get other things situated beforehand, and so on. So anyways, I could go on. So anyways, we ended up getting with the loan officer. He went through everything and said, you know what, if you guys can accomplish this, this, and this, we can move forward and get you guys here, and so on. So at that point, we had a game plan. We had a plan ready to go, right? So we started thinking, you know what, if we can just X out the amount of money we're paying for this 3-bedroom apartment, we can definitely knock out all of that debt, as well as save up a pretty large amount of money to be able to put towards putting down on the house, moving into the home, furnishing it, all the stuff that goes along with that. So we decided that we were going to go ahead and try to move in with my husband's dad. He was the only one that had the space to accommodate us and the 3 kids at the time. So we go and talk with him, tell him everything that we're trying to do, our goals and all that stuff, and he seemed to be on board. So I went ahead and made arrangements with the utility companies, the light company, the gas, the water company, cable company, the rent office. Went ahead and put in my notice. We're not renewing our lease. Go ahead and cut utilities off on this day, etc., etc., etc. All of that stuff is in place to go, right? Well, about maybe a week or two out, before we were due to move in with his father, father-in-law said no. He just canned the idea. No explanation, no reason, so on and so forth. But that's a story for another day within itself. So that dream died quickly. That was not an option for us. But at this point, I had already put in all the notices to, again, the rent company, the rent office, and the utility company. So I'm like, we're literally going to be homeless in 2 weeks. So what are we going to do? Call my aunt, which is the only family of sorts that I had here at that time. And if you guys don't know, I'm originally from Louisiana, transplanted to Texas. So called her crying, whining about it, etc. Told her what was going on, etc. She said, you know what, why don't you guys come and stay with me? Okay, that'll work. Now, mind you, it was a great idea. It just wasn't well thought out. And if you have ever moved in with family, you probably know where I'm going with this. So we were there for probably about a good 2.5, 3 months. I love my aunt. She did, open her arms to us. However, she opened up her arms to everybody. So her daughter was there. Her stepsons were there. Their girlfriends were there. Their kids. It was just a hot mess of all kinds of stuff. So quickly, about 2.5, 3 months, we realized, wait a minute. No, this is just not going to work for us. So at that point, it was like we're already living in a 1-bedroom because we only had one room for our family at my aunt's house. So we decided to go ahead and find a 1-bedroom apartment at that rate. And that's what we ended up doing. So the game plan was we were going to be in the 1-bedroom apartment for roughly 6 months. And that was going to be the time frame it was going to take to build the house, get everything done and situated, and be able to move in, because we were going to go ahead and build a brand new home and all that stuff. So put in our final paperwork with the loan company and everything, only to go through underwriting, get a call to say, oh wait, we didn't catch this on my credit, so we wouldn't be able to do it because of, again, the downpour that we had in 2008. Fannie Mae with the housing market changed up some stipulations as to whether or not you can have bankruptcies, delinquent loans, foreclosures, all of that stuff. So because of all of that, I had an issue on my credit that did not allow us to proceed. We had to actually wait, I think it was a 14-month window to wait to actually be able to qualify for a new home under Fannie Mae guidelines because of past credit history and because of the new guidelines in place because of the downpour of the housing market in 2008, so on and so forth, right? I cried. Bear with me, guys. I'm getting to the couponing. I cried, so on and so forth. So here we are, almost a year later, stuck in this 1-bedroom apartment. At this point, we have literally done everything that we can do financially to strip down to bare bones to save as much money to get out of as much debt as possible to get into a home. We had 2 brand new vehicles starting into this process. We had a 2010 Chevrolet Silverado. Oh, she was a beauty, beastin'. She had to go between the insurance, the notes, and the gas. That was a mortgage payment within itself. She had to go. I had a 2010 Chevrolet Malibu. She was gorgeous, had the sunroof. She was an olive green color, leather seats. I mean, flossing. She had to go. So got rid of her, got a cash car, traded in the Silverado for a smaller SUV that was lower in gas, lower in insurance, lower on the notes and all that. So we did everything we possibly could. Didn't have cable. The bare necessities is what we had, period, at that point. So on and so forth. We were doing good. We were doing okay. We were still making traction. Things were happening, but we still needed a little more to jump us, if you know what I mean. So it was late one night. Well, let me quickly put this in. By this time, I was pregnant with Mason, my last child, 5 years old. I was about 3.5, 4 months alone, I would say. I laid in the bed late one night, waiting on the husband and the older kids to get home from church. And I'm flipping through the TV. It's not really loud. The volume is very low. Just, you know, try to keep myself up until they got home, pretty much. And I came across this channel, and it had this guy standing in front of a wall of maxi pads and shaving creams and stuff. And I'm like, what is he doing? What are they talking about? So I raised the TV up, and the first thing I hear out of this guy's mouth was, all of this was free. Huh? And of course, my natural instinct was, this guy's a hot mess. He must be creepy. It's all outdoors. Why he need all them maxi pads? He must be some type of crazy person, a hoarder at that. That's where my mind went. So raised it up, started listening, did the little info thing, and I seen that it was TLC's Extreme Couponing. And the guy on TV was Nathan Eagles. They call him Mr. Coupon. I think it was like one of the first or 2-3 episodes that had aired on that whole series of Extreme Couponing. So anyways, now I'm intrigued. So I grabbed my phone and I'm Googling, hard down Googling, like, what is this? And I'm looking at it and it's all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, people could do this with coupons and blah, blah, blah. Like, it was just like bam, bam, you know, all this stuff. So at this point, I'm trying to like literally find everything I can find on this Extreme Couponing stuff, right? So that following Monday, I go into work. And the older lady that works there always brought in a newspaper, always had a newspaper. So I was going through her newspaper and I seen the coupon, going through my inserts. I pulled out a Walgreens ad and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So if I take this and I put it with this, I will only pay $2.50 for a thing of diapers. No, this can't be. On my lunch break, I took the coupon, took the ad, and I went into Walgreens nervous, like, what is this, what I'm gonna do, how this is gonna work, etc. I did the deal. It was a Love diapers. I purchased a pack of Love diapers. I gave them the coupon. I paid $2.50 and they gave me $3 back on this little ticket. So I'm standing at the register and I'm like, what can I use this for? And she said, oh, so she read it to me. No, on pretty much anything. So if you want to buy some more makeup or, you know, diapers or wipes, you can buy it and you can use it. I can do what? Snap! Hold up. From there, it was on and popping. I was hooked. To say the least, Mr. Mason, when he came out, he didn't have no room for his clothes because his entire closets were filled with diapers, to say the least. So on and so forth. That's how I got into the world of couponing. Now, as to why I still coupon the extreme way, if you will. Well, I know for a fact, without a doubt, that when I learned about it and I started hitting the sales and doing the deals and hitting hard, I was able to save so much on our basic necessities and needs that we had, that I know I have the proof that that helped me financially be able to take all of that money and put towards other things, debt and so on, that we can get into our home, you know, get into our first home. Why do I continue? Because there's no other way to shop, in my opinion. And not just shopping with coupons or shopping the way we do with the sales cycles and so on, but it's understanding and knowing that I don't have to pay $9 for a pack of diapers. No, bye Felicia. I ain't gotta pay for that. And it's to know that and to have that power as a consumer, to have that power and that knowledge to know that if I wait until next week, or matter of fact, if I wait until 12:01 tonight, I'm gonna get them same diapers for $2.50, if not free. You know what I mean? So anyways, guys, I just wanted to share that with you guys in a little bit more detail to kind of give you, I guess, give you some information on the girl behind the coupons. Look at that. That might be the title of this video. The girl behind the coupons. There you go. So giving you a little bit of information as to how I got into the world of couponing and why I still do coupon the way I do. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already, guys. And until next time, happy couponing.